You've probably heard of none of your damn business, none of my damn business, or none of their damn business plenty of times, but you've likely never used all three at once. This is why you're constantly exhausted, because you are unknowingly working 3 full-time jobs while only getting paid for one. I'm not talking about your career, I'm talking about the heavy, invisible labor we carry on our backs every day. First, what other people think of you, their snap judgments, and their private whispers are none of your damn business. You can't control their minds, so stop trying to live in them. Next, other people's self-created drama and the chaotic choices they make are none of my damn business. I refuse to carry bricks for a house I don't live in. And finally, your own healing, your wildest dreams, and the way you choose to transform is none of their damn business. You don't need a permit from the crowd to grow. The moment you stop trying to run everyone else's office is the second you finally start owning your own. The first rule is perhaps the hardest one to swallow because it requires us to give up the illusion of control. What other people think of you is quite literally none of your damn business, and you have no right to interfere with their thoughts. Their brain is their private property, and whatever labels they choose to put on you are filtered through their own past traumas and biases. If someone decides you are arrogant or lazy, they are often just projecting their own insecurities onto your image. You could spend your whole life trying to prove them wrong, but that is a job that never ends and offers no salary. Imagine how much energy you would save if you stopped treating every person's opinion like a court summons that you have to answer. Most of us walk around with a mental antenna, constantly scanning for signals of disapproval or judgment from friends and strangers. When we pick up a negative signal, we immediately start a mental trial to defend ourselves against an invisible jury. This is a massive waste of your finite creative energy, and it keeps you trapped in a version of yourself that is designed to please others. The second rule focuses on the chaos that other people choose to invite into their own lives on a daily basis. Other people's self-created drama and the messy choices they make are none of my damn business, even if they are close friends. We often feel a false sense of obligation to dive into the burning buildings of people who refuse to stop playing with matches. You might think you are being a good person by worrying about their problems, but you are actually just enabling their dysfunction. Carrying bricks for a house you do not live in will only leave you with sore muscles and a hollow heart. This rule is about setting a firm boundary between empathy and enmeshment, which is a term psychologists use for blurred personal boundaries. Enmeshment happens when you feel the pain of others so deeply that you lose track of your own emotional needs. You can be a supportive friend without becoming a full-time consultant for someone else's recurring life disasters. Learning to say that a situation is not your concern is not an act of cruelty, but rather an act of extreme self-preservation. When you stop trying to fix people who do not want to be fixed, you suddenly find the time to heal yourself. The third and final rule is about protecting the sanctity of your own personal evolution from the eyes of the public. Your own healing journey, your biggest dreams, and the way you choose to transform are none of their damn business. Many of us make the mistake of announcing our goals before we have even started the work, which invites unnecessary feedback. When you tell the world about your plans, you give them a chance to project their fears and limitations onto your potential. You do not need a permit or a round of applause from the crowd to decide that you want to be different. Growth is a quiet and often messy process that happens best when it is shielded from the constant glare of social media. If you feel the need to explain your new boundaries or your new lifestyle to everyone you know, you are still seeking permission. True freedom comes when you realize that you do not owe anyone an explanation for why you are no longer the person they used to know. You are allowed to change your mind, your career, or your entire personality without holding a press conference to justify it. Keeping your business private ensures that your energy goes into the actual work instead of the performance of the work. Mastering these 3 rules will feel uncomfortable at first because you have been trained to be a people pleaser since childhood. You might feel a strange sense of guilt when you stop caring about the whispers, or when you step away from a friend's drama. This guilt is simply the sound of your old, exhausted self trying to pull you back into the 3 jobs you just quit. It takes practice to look at a chaotic situation and calmly remind yourself that it is not your office and not your problem. Over time, that guilt will be replaced by a profound sense of lightness and a newfound ability to focus. As you move forward, try to catch yourself every time you start to wander into a business that does not belong to you. Ask yourself if you are currently being paid to solve this problem, or if you are just volunteering for more mental stress. If the problem exists in someone else's head or someone else's house, it is time to clock out and go home to yourself. You only have one life to manage, and it deserves 100% of your attention and your best creative efforts. By resigning from the other 2 businesses today, you are finally giving yourself the promotion you have deserved for a very long time. We have covered a lot of ground today, and these perspectives might feel radical compared to how you were raised to behave. Remember that none of your damn business, none of my damn business, and none of their damn business are not just phrases, but shields. They protect your time, your emotional health, and your future from the noise of a world that is always trying to distract you. You were never meant to carry the weight of the entire world on your shoulders, and it is okay to put those heavy bricks down now. Focus on your own growth, protect your own peace, and let the rest of the world manage its own affairs.